the new gear. Gotham City, New Jersey, March 1st, 2011. It's been nearly 2 months since the dreaded Arkham City incident. It's been nearly 2 months since the Joker has died, and it's been several weeks since the Batmobile has been destroyed and Batman's batsuit has been destroyed in that blast that was attended as a final ha 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 by the predeceased Joker just in case he died and his eternal playmate and friend Batman can join him on the other side. But Batman survived. But now Bruce Wayne had no Batmobile and had no batsuit. Well, the rumors filled the media that the Batman was killed in that blast in Arkham Asylum, but the commissioner was quick to dismiss it, saying there was no such thing as a Batman, as he's always done, and that the vehicle that was destroyed was not the Batmobile, just a simple police car. Meanwhile, at Wayne Enterprises, it was a dark and gloomy, overcast day in the city. Bruce Wayne was in his office, looking out at the skyline. His heart was filled with sadness. He was still reeling over the death of Talia al Ghul. He really loved her, despite that she was the daughter of one of his greatest enemies, Ra's al Ghul. He still loved her. He always had hope that the two of them would be together. He always had hope that the two of them would work out the differences. He always had hope that she would change her ways and abandon her father's fanaticism. Unfortunately, that never happened. And unfortunately, she died in order to help Batman stop the Joker and get the cure for the poison that was slowly killing Batman that night. Well, Bruce Wayne just wanted to put the events out of his head and try to move on, but he couldn't. Nearly 2 months after the incident, and he was still feeling her loss. He was still sad. He almost wanted to cry, but he had to be strong about it. These things always happened to him. He just never had any luck with women. And it seems like it was going to be something that was going to be with him for the rest of his life. But some good news was coming in the way of Lucius Fox. Lucius Fox comes into the office and says, Mr. Wayne, I am glad you're here. I have some very excellent news, Mr. Wayne. Bruce turns his chair around and is like, yes, Lucius? Lucius says, well, Bruce, I know you have been feeling down since the death of Talia, but I have something down in applied science that's going to make you happy. Actually, two things, he said as he let out a big grin in his face. Bruce smiled. He had a suspicion of what it was. Well, Bruce gets up from his desk, and him and Lucius walk out and take the secret elevator down to applied science. On the elevator ride down, Bruce asked Lucius the million-dollar question. So, how long have you been working on it? Lucius feigns ignorance. Working on what, Mr. Wayne? Working on whatever I'm about to receive. Lucius lets out a big smile. Well, I had been working on it since March of last year, mainly the design phase, getting the final designs down, what's it going to have and what's not going to be able to make it into the final design. And then I had begun ordering the parts and everything for it to be made, but unfortunately, with Arkham City opening up and the police state that Gotham City had become, Hugo Strange was tracking down every shipment of Wayne Enterprises, so it made it very difficult to ship the necessary equipment to get it made. But now that Hugo Strange is dead and Arkham City shut down and Mayor Sharp dead, plus your hiatus from crime fighting after the destruction of the Batmobile and your batsuit, I finally had time to finish the new vehicle and a new suit for you, Mr. Wayne. Well, the elevator stopped and the elevator door opened, and the two men emerged into Applied Sciences. Well, they walked over to the vehicle storage area, and there she was. Beautiful, sleek, and black. It was a new Batmobile. Bruce Wayne says, my God, Lucius, it's beautiful, as he ran his hands across it. Lucius says, oh, wait till you see what this thing can do, Mr. Wayne. He opens up the canopy. and he points out the new features. As you see here, Mr. Wayne, I've taken my design inspirations from the old Knight Rider TV show, and I made wraparound dashboards, which makes it easier for you to operate the vehicle. Right over here, sir, to your right, is a high definition HD LED display screen that displays everything in 1080p. And as you notice, sir, the steering wheel is back to a traditional round steering wheel. Here you have the buttons for your new weapon systems on the right. They are, as he points out, the buttons to the weapon system: forward-mounted machine gun, heat seeker missiles, dumbfire missiles, blinders. Bruce said blinders? Lucius says yes, blinders, sir. You press this button and the xenon headlight flashes very brightly, temporarily blinding the drivers of the incoming vehicles. And this final button here, sir, is for the EMP. You press it, it'll take a second to charge, and then it releases a pulse, destroying anything electronic in vehicles or on a person. I recommend you don't use this very much. You could do some serious damage with this, Mr. Wayne. And before I forget, this button right here is for the forward-mounted grapple gun. And here, sir, on the left side of the steering wheel are the buttons for the rear defenses: smoke screen, acid slick, rear firing grapple gun, rear blinders, does the same thing that the front blinders do. And over here, sir, is the buttons for the ejector seats for the passenger and the driver. Then Lucius went on to explain some more. Right here, Mr. Wayne, behind the right spoke of the steering wheel is the trigger. When you press the button and the weapon system is ready and loaded, you just press the trigger to fire behind the right spoke. And here, sir, behind the left spoke is the button for the autopilot. You press it and it does the usual autopilot feature. Bruce Wayne was like a little kid on Christmas. His eyes were lit up, he had a big grin on his face, and he asked with excitement to Lucius Fox. He says, "Lucius, what else does this car have?" Lucius says, "Mr. Wayne, I was just getting to that." Well, just like your previous model, sir, this car has a 800 horsepower gas turbine engine that runs on propane. But unlike the previous model, sir, the engine is a lot smaller, so I was able to make this vehicle mid-mounted to distribute the weight evenly, and thus freeing up the front of the car for the weapon system. Plus, sir, she has a 6-speed automatic transmission, and she's all-wheel drive. And I do suggest, sir, you exercise caution when you floor it, sir. Due to her all-wheel drive, she's got on-the-fly speed. Then Bruce asks Lucius, "Do you know her takeoff time, or she hasn't been test-driven yet?" Lucius responds back, "No, Mr. Wayne, I did not test drive her, but I do conservatively estimate that she does 0 to 60 in 2 seconds and 0 to 100 in 4. Bruce said, That's get up and go right there, Lucius. You really outdid yourself with this vehicle." And Bruce asks Lucius, "So what else do you have to show me?" Lucius says to Bruce, "Come follow me, Mr. Wayne." He took him to another part of Applied Sciences, and there it was, a brand new batsuit. Cosmetically different than the previous batsuit. Lucius says, "Really, sir, this batsuit, besides the cosmetic difference, is the same, except that the PTFE has been replaced with new liquid armor, a polymer on the surface of the batsuit. Unlike PTFE, liquid armor stays loose, but when kinetic energy hits it, it hardens, protecting the user from the attack. This also gives it the plus side that now it's more resistant to bladed weapons than the previous batsuit." Bruce says, "Oh, great. Just what the doctor ordered. Now I am ready for tonight." Lucius looks at Bruce. "Tonight?" Bruce says, "Yes, Lucius. There's a major drug shipment coming to Gotham City tonight. Now I'm ready. I have a new suit and a new vehicle. Tonight's the best night to test this bad boy out." Lucius then says, "Well, good luck and Godspeed, Mr. Wayne." Later on that night, in the Batcave, Bruce Wayne was going over the final plans with Alfred when Tim Drake joins in. He says, "Hey, Bruce, I'm here. I got your text." "Whoa," he says. "That's the new Batmobile? Holy crap! When do I get to test drive this baby?" Bruce Wayne gave a stern look to Tim Drake and said to him, "Well, if you didn't crash your last car, maybe I'll let you test drive it." Tim Drake's like, "Oh, Bruce, come on. You have to be that cold, Bruce? You gotta do me like that, man?" Bruce says to Tim, "Enough already. Pay attention. Here's what's going on." As Bruce Wayne turns around to the back computer, he hits some things on the keyboard. Then the back computer displays the data on screen. Bruce Wayne begins to explain the image on screen and the plan. He says to Tim, "Well, Tim, this is Winston Stewart, a middle-aged drug runner who's trying to get into Gotham City now that most of the drug runners and drug kingpins are dead as a result of Arkham City. So now he's trying to move into Gotham City, and the police have been tracking him down for some time, and they found out he's got a major drug shipment coming in tonight. But their hands are tied with other issues right now. So tonight's a good night to stop him. And it's a good night to test the Batmobile's new capabilities." So he says, "Tim, you're going to go to the docks and you're going to shoot a tracking device onto the truck that's carrying the drugs. You tell me what's going on and I'll take care of the rest with the new car." Tim was like, "You got it, boss." Well, later on that night at Gotham Docks, the last of the drug shipment was being loaded into the trailer of a truck. Well, as they were done, they shut the door on the trailer and the semi was starting its engines. Well, as the truck was warming up, unbeknownst to the drug runners down below, Robin was on the crane on top. He points a rifle-like device to the truck and shoots a tracking device. With the bat-shaped tracking device in place, Robin says quietly on the radio,
"Wild animal's been tagged. He's headed your way."
Well, the truck starts off, and there was a small caravan of 10 vehicles, 5 cars, 5 trucks. Well, the semi moved past an alleyway while the vehicles followed closely by. Suddenly, in that alleyway, bright xenon headlights came to life, and the sound of a gas turbine engine roared. One of the trucks in the very back of the caravan saw the Batmobile coming high speed. He gets on the radio and says, "Oh crap, guys, I think the Batman is back. There's some mean-looking sports car coming right for us." Well, his partner says, "Don't worry, dude, I got this." His partner steps to the back of the truck with his AK-47 and starts firing at the Batmobile. But those bullets were useless against the military-grade titanium alloy armor that the Batmobile possessed. Batman activated the forward-mounted machine guns and fired back, turning that truck into Swiss cheese. Then Batman activates the dumbfire missiles and fires one missile at another truck. With the other truck out the way, Batman activates his afterburners and rams another truck out of existence. Now with 2 trucks left, Batman decided to take out the remaining 2 trucks by getting ahead of them. As soon as he was ahead of the 2 trucks, Batman activates the acid slick. Well, the 2 trucks sped through the acid slick and their tires were eaten away. Finally, Batman caught up to the cars. Well, the cars were easy. He made short work of them. As soon as he caught up to them, Batman activated his EMP blast. Well, all 5 cars were disabled. Now Batman has caught up to the semi. He activates the heat-seeking missiles. Well, as the missiles were activated, the targeting system was targeting. All of a sudden, Batman saw on the display screen a targeting error. Batman says,
Dang it, targeting error.
well, the back door of the trailer opens up, and there was Winston with a giant rocket launcher and his other men with him with their machine guns. Well, Batman knew that the military-grade titanium alloy armor was not going to withstand that missile launcher, so he quickly turned into a side street, and with the aid of the tracking device on board, he was able to get back to where the truck was. But there was still a problem. Winston still had the rocket launcher. Batman had to think quickly, so he activated the dumbfire missiles and fired the dumbfire missile right into the open trailer. Well, the explosion caused Winston and his other lackeys to go flying out, while the impact of the missile and the explosion destroyed half of the trailer. And now the remains of the trailer was on fire as all the drugs were burning up. Well, the driver saw the trailer on fire and he did not want to stick around. He quickly leapt out of the speeding semi. Well, the semi went barreling right toward the gas station. Thankfully, the gas station was closed, there was nobody in there. And as soon as the semi with its flaming cargo hit the gas pumps, there was a very spectacular fireworks show. Well, Batman stops the Batmobile and watches the explosion, and then gets on the radio and says,
Robin, what's your location?
Robin says over the radio,
I'm on Newman and Parr, waiting for you, buddy, to pick me up.
Batman then says back,
I'll be there in 5 minutes.
On the way back to the Batcave, Robin asks Batman.
So, was it a successful test run or not?
Batman replies,
It wasn't 100% successful. There was a targeting error with the heat-seeking missile system. It almost cost me. Thank goodness for quick thinking and reflexes. But the dumbfire missiles work well, and so do the rest of the weapon system. I give it a 98% success.
Then Robin asks Batman.
So, when do I get to test drive this thing for myself?
Batman says to Robin,
Tomorrow night, if I get the targeting software fixed.
Robin's face lit up with excitement at the prospect of driving that thing tomorrow night. As the Batmobile was cruising down the road, a beeping came from the display screen. Batman says,
It's the bat signal. Looks like the commissioner wants us. Hopefully, I don't have to take this vehicle into another battle situation tonight.
Batman turns on the right turn signal, makes a right, and heads towards the GCPD building as the bat signals shine brightly into the night sky. Like and subscribe, the end.